You are never going to create your masterpiece. You're never going to write that novel or paint that canvas or record that album. And it's not because you don't have the talent or the skill or the passion. It's because of one single destructive idea. It's the belief that it has to be perfect. You know the feeling, staring at the blank page, the empty canvas, the silent instrument over in the corner. And the fear is paralyzing. It's the fear of making a mark that isn't flawless. The fear of starting something you can't finish perfectly. This fear has a name. It's perfectionism. And it's not some badge of honor. It's a cage. This is where we can get to flip the script. The escape plan isn't about learning to be perfect. It's about learning to find the beauty, to mine the imperfection for the data and the direction that's hidden inside of your mistakes. It's about learning to embrace the imperfect. And that's not some feel-good platitude. It's a core principle of creative genius. History is packed with mistakes that became masterpieces. Think about Michelangelo's David. That statue was carved out of a block of marble, and two other sculptors had already given up on it, thinking that it was flawed and ruined. Michelangelo didn't see a mistake. He saw potential waiting inside the stone's limitations. Da Vinci's paintings are full of these ghostly traces of earlier ideas. You can see them underneath the final layers of paint. This is showing us how he changed his mind along the way. He adapted his vision as he went along. These masters were not perfect. They were more like explorers, and every mistake was just another discovery on the map. So the escape plan is not about lowering your standards. It's about learning to redefine them, and it's about shifting your goal from creating something that's flawless to falling in love with a fearless process. So before we can act differently, we have to think differently. The bars on that cage are forged in our own minds. So our escape has to start with 3 big mindset shifts. First, be a scientist, not a judge. Your inner critic is a judge with gavel in hand, ready to pronounce everything you do guilty of imperfection. Fire that judge. Seriously, hire a scientist instead. A scientist doesn't see a failed experiment as a failure. They see it as data. Every mistake is just new information. It's a clue. Instead of asking yourself, why did I mess this up? Ask, okay, what can I learn from this? This is what psychologists call a growth mindset. It's the belief that you can develop your abilities through hard work and dedication. Seeing mistakes as part of the process builds resilience, and that resilience is critical for any kind of creative evolution. Secondly, define what done means. Perfectionists live in an all or nothing rule. It's either a world-changing masterpiece or it's worthless trash. We need a new mantra. Done is better than perfect. A project that's 80% finished and shared with the world is infinitely more valuable than a 99% finished product that dies in your hard drive. Think of it like this. Creativity is a muscle. Finishing projects, even the imperfect ones, is how you get your reps in. Sharing your sketches or your drafts invites feedback and makes the process feel more real. The goal is to produce, learn, and then move on. Volume and experience will get you to high-quality work way faster than agonizing over a single piece ever will. Thirdly, fall in love with the process, not the product. We get so obsessed with the final outcome, the published book, the gallery show, the viral video, that we forget the real magic happens in the making. The joy is in the messy middle. The feeling of a pen scratching on the page, the smell of the paint, the thrill of discovering a new musical chord. When you focus on the joy of the process itself, the final product doesn't seem to be so high stakes anymore. It's not about whether this one thing is a success or a failure. It's the fact that it got you to spend an hour today doing something that you love. That right there is a win. Mindset shifts are really great, but they need action. You have to build new habits that starve your perfectionism and feed your creativity. Here are 3 things that you can try today. First, try the intentional mess up. I know this sounds crazy, but I invite you to deliberately make something really bad. I'm so serious. Grab a piece of paper and draw something with your non-dominant hand. Write a phrase full of cliches and awful prose. Sing something totally off key. Make the notes really chaotic. So you may be asking, what's the point of this? It's desensitization. You're purposely facing your fear of making something flawed in a really low-stakes, controlled way. You're showing your brain, see, I made a mistake and the world didn't end. It can be so freeing and even fun. It reminds you that everything does not have to be perfect. Secondly, the creative sprint. Perfectionism absolutely thrives on unlimited time. It loves to overthink, to overanalyze, to second-guess everything. The solution to that is to give it a deadline, a really short deadline. For this creative sprint, set a timer for 15 minutes and give yourself a single goal. Create something, anything, and don't stop until that buzzer buzzes. No pausing, no deleting, no erasing, no going back, just pure, unfiltered creation. This forces you to bypass your inner editor and work from a more intuitive, spontaneous place. It's a workout for your creative muscle, and you'll be shocked at what you can come up with when you don't have time to doubt yourself. Third, the next time you make a mistake, a smudge on a painting, a plot hole in a story, a botched recording, your first instinct will be to scrap it and start all over. Don't. Instead, I invite you to perform a mistake autopsy. Lay that mistake out in front of you and get curious. Ask some questions. What exactly happened here? Why do I see this as an error? Is it really a mistake or just something unexpected? Could this accidental paint splatter become a cool new texture? Could that awkward sentence be the beginning of some unique voice? Could that wrong note be a blue note that adds some real emotional depth to your music? So this practice turns errors into features and accidents into assets. It transforms you from someone who fears mistakes to someone who can harness them and get curious about them and sit with them. If you've ever felt trapped by that blank page, if that critical voice in your head has been just a little bit too loud, I hope this is helping you just a little bit. We're all in this together. If it's resonating with you, take a second to subscribe and join my community. We're all about celebrating the process, the growth, and the beauty of imperfections along the way. Perfectionism loves to dress itself up as the path to greatness, but it's not true. It's a beautiful cage that keeps you from ever really flying. Chasing flawlessness doesn't lead you to your best work. It can often lead to no work. It kills everything creativity needs to survive. Experimentation, risk-taking, spontaneity, and a sense of play. The escape isn't about giving up and settling for mediocrity. It's about embracing a more resilient and joyful way to create. It's about understanding that mistakes aren't signs of a failure. They're signs that you're trying, and they're signs that you're human. They are stepping stones. They are clues. They are unexpected detours that often lead to the most incredible views. Letting go of perfectionism means giving yourself that permission to be human and therefore to be imperfect. And in that imperfection, you finally find your freedom. You'll find there your most authentic, most powerful, and most creative self. So here's my challenge to you. After this video is over, go make one beautifully imperfect thing. Spend 10 minutes on it and call it done. Then come back and share what you've made or what you've learned in the comments. Let's celebrate our glorious failures together, because your masterpiece isn't waiting for you to be perfect. It's just waiting for you to start. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.